It can be ugly to be a successful creator in 2025. Myself and a lot of YouTubers have noticed that content is progressively performing worse and worse and worse and worse, and you're having to put a lot more money into every single video just to get the same level of views. And so sponsorship income is going down, your own personal income is going down, and a lot of people have even quit or left the platform because financially it just doesn't really work that much anymore. In this video, I want to share what I would do if you wanted to be a successful creator at this point in human history. What's up guys, Alex Hein over at Modern Health Monk. Let's jump in. All right, so this change in the algorithm is a big problem. If you guys don't know, I actually started a second YouTube channel like 2 years ago. It's just Dr. Alex Hein, acupuncture and traditional Chinese medicine. And it's specifically because I graduated with a doctorate in acupuncture and traditional Chinese medicine after I decided not to go to medical school because I had a series of health issues and health crises that conventional doctors couldn't fix. And actually it was an alternative, a Chinese medicine doctor that fixed it. And now has inspired me to dedicate more of my life to that going forward. But what you may not know is a channel that was almost 1/10 the size was making 5 times the amount of money. And so it made me really understand and see why some YouTubers who had to launch second brands were doing so much better in smaller niches, because they were able to make more targeted content and they were able to make more sales of their products and services through that content because it was now more niche and there was less competition. At the beginning, it was easy for me to get 5, 10, 20,000 views a video. And now all of us have seen a substantial decrease across the board. And because the landscape has changed, for some people, it just hasn't felt worth it. You know, now that you have TikTok and you have short form and YouTube Shorts, they're all in competition with each other. What that means though for you as a creator, someone who wants to build a creator-based business and life, is as these platforms evolve, as they change, and they will always be changing, you have to figure out what is the constant. And the constant is your own business. So let's talk about how to actually build a real business that is safe and sustainable so that this is something that can be a real business that you can rely on and not be an anxious wreck. So ultimately, the only thing you can control as a creator is you. If you look at it, back in the day, I used to have 6 or 7 income streams in my business. I had sponsorships, I had book royalties, I had AdSense, I had affiliate sales, I had my own products, I had my own coaching. Now, the problem was, as you know, the TikTok and short form was becoming more and more popular, and as attention spans got shorter and shorter and shorter, what happened was YouTube views went down, which meant that as the competition was fiercer, I got less money for sponsorships. I got less people joining my email list and joining my programs. Less of my merch and my stuff would sell. And then really, my AdSense went from being a good side income, like coffee money, to really just like covering my video filming costs. And it was around this point that I was trying to figure out, besides going out of business, what can I do to improve the sustainability and really the stability of my business? Because once this becomes your full-time thing, it is just you. You are on the line. You really have nothing else that you can do going forward. What did I end up doing going forward? I learned that the bread and butter of a creator-based business is that none of these platforms want to help you. They only exist to keep themselves in business. So you want to use them as sort of like the marketing mouthpiece for your own products and your services. It's better to have your own suite of things you sell, because if an algorithm changes or a video gets flagged or God forbid a platform goes missing altogether or closes, like look at Clubhouse. That was going to be a huge new social media thing. Every business coach told me to get on it. It doesn't even exist anymore. So as the creator, you know, you want to have your cup of coffee. You want to have your beans you sell. You want to have your like monthly membership club. And then all you're doing is you're thinking, how does YouTube push the people to those things? And that's what makes the difference, because as time goes on, these platforms will change, but the overall strategy as a creator is the same. You have your stuff you sell that you control. No one can take that away from you. But the way that you introduce people to your offerings is what the content platforms are for. You know, I had friends that had $1 million businesses they built off of Facebook that went out of business in 1 year when the algorithm changed on Facebook. You don't want that to be you. And the way you do that is by controlling your own products and services, and you just change where the creator-based business is going to funnel them into your stuff. One of the best ways to do that is to figure out what you should actually create at every price tier, depending on what kind of business you're in. You could be doing pet training, you could have a yoga business, You could be a musician, guitar teacher. And one of the best ways I've helped people to do that is I put together this absolutely sick, getting from 0 to 10K per month as a creator, the exact step-by-step process. It's the link below this video, and it actually goes through how I built a 0 to 10K per month creator business. What to do to go from 0 to 500 a month, what to create, how to price it, how to sell it, how to launch it, then 500 a month to 1,000 a month, what to create, how to price it, how to sell it. It's super specific, and we'll give you the exact details so that you know what to actually build and make. So check it out. What I would recommend is, as a creator, build one single pipeline. And here's what that looks like. One traffic source, like YouTube, one way to get them into your ecosystem, and then one product you sell. And I'll give a couple examples here. There's a guy that has a dog training business, and he basically does coaching sessions to help you discipline and train your dog to be better behaved. So what he does is, on Instagram, he's just creating daily Instagram reels. And in terms of his conversion mechanism, he just says, hey, I have a free guide on 10 commands you can give your dog to be better behaved. And then on the sales part, he goes through a 5-day email series. And then at the end, he pitches you on his $200 for a 1-hour coaching session. Basically, you want to build one pipeline with one sales process and one thing you're selling. For my new YouTube channel that I'm telling you about, it's basically videos about medicine and traditional Chinese medicine. I send them to an email newsletter, and in the newsletter, I sell them on becoming a patient in Los Angeles or virtually via telemedicine. So as simple as one pipeline, you want to have one content platform, make a call to action to send them through an email series, send that email series to sell one of your products, so that if anything is not working in that stage of your funnel, you know what to change. But this on its own can already be a $100K to $300,000 a year business with that simple of a business model. If you're a coach or an artist, you could use the same thing. Put out weekly content, and let's say about a month before you're releasing a new painting, you're going to release the original for $2,000, and you're going to release 20 prints for $100 or $50, $20 each. A month before you release your product, say, hey guys, I'm going to release a new print every month. There's only one original, so there's real scarcity, and I'll also sell 20 prints of it. Get them all on the wait list for that one print. Send out those emails on the day of when it's available for sale. First come, first serve. There's only one original. You will probably be able to sell it out that way. Let's say you are a life coach and you have 5 coaching spots available. You could basically build your email list every single week from your YouTube videos. And then when you want to launch your coaching program, say, hey guys, taking on 5 people for the next 6 months, it's $200 a month, and it's limited to 5 people. Send a bunch of emails, and because you've built that list and you have one offering, life coaching, you will likely be able to sell that coaching out coming up. This is how I would build a creator-based business. I would focus on one pipeline. I literally built a brand new business making multiple 6 figures from one pipeline. Videos on a niche topic, traditional Chinese medicine, sending to an email funnel with call to action, basically to become a patient. That's it. That's the main product. You could do the exact same thing for all kinds of different offerings in the business. This is why I would think about the business beyond the content platform, because in 5 years from now, maybe TikTok is going to be the way to go, or maybe Instagram Reels are a new platform altogether. But all you have to know is that the business model is independent of the platform, and that will make you safe against all of these changes as a creator going on. And again, download that 0 to 10K per month creator blueprint. It's a 1-page handout that specifically goes through what to build, when, for what price point. I mean, it's like as epic as could possibly be. Download it, save it, and before you go, I've been releasing a couple new videos on this kind of like creator-based business series, and there's another related video for you right up there.